What's up everybody, the Blue Fang here, and today I'm back with another what if. Today's one is going to be about if Naruto had Anti-Chakra. It's going to be kind of like anti-magic if you've seen Black Clover, but if you haven't, I'll explain this ability anyway as the story goes on. But what I can say now is that this ability seems pretty interesting to implement into the Narutoverse. So hopefully you enjoy this idea. The like goal for today's video will be 100 likes for the next part. Let's see if we can get it up to there for today's video. Next video after this one will be the Banished What If Part 3 as I hit the like goal. And you guys have been going great with this what if on hitting the like goals because it's been hitting them pretty easily. So next video, which is Part 3, I might put up a high like goal and see if you guys can get that. But it's been great. I'm feeling good making that what if as well. But anyway, before we get into this video, subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button, turn on bell notifications. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Now the way this ability is going to be put into the Narutoverse is that I'm going to have the Uzumaki clan rarely have this ability for this what if. It would be a rare occurrence for someone in the Uzumaki clan to be born without any control over their own chakra, as their clan is basically known for having really strong chakra. But some rare occurrences like this happen and the person doesn't have any strong chakra or control. They still have chakra because everyone in the Narutoverse of course needs that to live, but their ability to control their chakra and turn it into jutsus doesn't exist to them. The person literally has nothing to them and is usually outcasted by their own clan and laughed at for their weakness. But with this weakness, they have something else taken from it. They can't control their own chakra, but they're able to control others' chakras and turn their jutsus against them. A weakness turned into a strength. Their ability would be known as the Anti-Chakra, something that can only come from the Uzumaki clan. So that's how this ability has come into this universe. Some moves this power can use are to nullify any chakra of someone they touch, be able to defend themselves easily from any jutsu, send jutsus back at someone, and more that you'll find out in the later story. But with all that said, let's just get right into the what if story. Naruto is someone who had been cursed with the ability of the Anti-Chakra. He's one of the really rare occurrences the Uzumaki clan can have. He doesn't know this, but he knows that he has no control over his own chakra. Even after going to the academy and training to learn jutsus, nothing comes out from him. In the original Naruto barely had any control over his own chakra, but this Naruto seriously doesn't. He just doesn't. He can't. Even if he learns how to control his chakra, he can't. He becomes a laughing stock of the academy as someone who can't even control himself even when trying hard. Naruto is only made to learn taijutsu as the teachers just don't think Naruto can learn ninjutsu at all. Naruto not only is abandoned by the village due to him having the nine tails within him, but also laughed at within the academy where he goes every day. He only learns taijutsu, but he isn't really good at it, but he just continues to try to learn it as that's the only thing he's able to do. He does this alone. Now, a few years go by while Naruto is at the academy and he continues to train until he's intercepted by some academy kids that have learned a bit of ninjutsu. They go up to Naruto and laugh at how he's unable to do what they're able to do. Even the simplest things he's unable to perform. They slowly start joking around with him a bit and throw some of their jutsus at him. First they start with the clone technique they've learned how to do. Naruto sees this with an amazed look and watches as their clones run at him. They start to push him around with the clones, starting to annoy him. Naruto's amazed look washes off pretty quickly and now it's a look of annoyance. He waves his arms around trying to get them off him, but they're too quick for him and dodge every single one of his hand attacks. The academy kids laugh as they see Naruto clown himself. This continues until Naruto gets really mad and now he's using his whole body to try to dodge them, but he obviously misses them. The kids continue to send their clones at him until one of them vanishes out of nowhere, but not due to the user's control. It just vanishes. Where the clone vanished, Naruto's hand is seen in the air. In an attempt to shield himself, he made the clone disappear. With a surprised look on the academy kids' faces, Naruto takes the opportunity to go after the other clones and makes them all vanish in thin air quickly. Naruto grins even though he himself doesn't know what just happened. He just fakes that he knows what happened and says to the kids that he's gonna get serious now. The academy kids get scared by this and start to run away while screaming to the top of their lungs the word demon. Naruto, huffing and puffing, looked down at his hands that just made the clones disappear. He just touched them and made them vanish easily. He then balls his hands into a fist and thinks to himself that with this, he can make up for his weakness. He wipes himself and runs off trying to find an academy teacher so he can try this move again and convince them that he should study with the rest of the students. Naruto eventually runs into Iruka sensei, who he's familiar with. Naruto tells him quickly what he could do and that he should focus on him now. Iruka gives a confused look to him and tells him that there's no need to lie, but Naruto tells him again that he can just make clones vanish with just the touch of his hands. Iruka chuckles and then tries the shadow clone jutsu. He tells Naruto to hit it and watch how it won't vanish. Naruto grits his teeth at him and sends his fist straight at the clone, and in the blink of an eye, it disappears, shocking Iruka completely. A few days later, Naruto is seen with the academy students now instead of just learning taijutsu by himself. He's starting to train his anti-chakra alongside them. It doesn't stop everyone from disliking him though, as they learn about his ability and call him the anti-chakra demon, as he's literally against them in their eyes as he backfires any jutsus, and of course him having the Nine Tails. Naruto learns most things he's able to do with some academy students trying to use jutsus against him. He experiments with them and develops more knowledge of how his anti-chakra works. One time he was about to be hit with a low level fireball jutsu, and he completely defended himself against it easily by just putting both of his hands up and ripping it apart. The academy teachers are able to tell Hiruzen, the Hokage, about this strange case, as they've never seen anything like this, and it's now in their village. Hiruzen listens to them and he's able to understand the situation. Someone like Naruto, who has no sort of chakra control, is able to have a strong ability like this is crazy. The academy teachers question Hiruzen if it's okay to keep someone dangerous like this demon here if he has an ability like this. They also seem to think that Naruto got this ability from the Nine Tails. Hiruzen tells them that they have no need to worry and that they should just keep him. He's done nothing wrong, and of course he promised Minato and Kushina that he would protect Naruto. But interested in this power that Naruto has, Hiruzen goes to find him and talk to him about it. The Hokage searches the streets for Naruto as the academy has ended. He has already checked his house and saw nobody there. It looks to him that Naruto is gonna go and try to start some trouble again and get some attention. He checks the many places where Naruto's last pranks were held, hoping he would find him there, but to his surprise, they're all empty. Isolated, no one there. He walks to the streets of the village once again, greeting everyone beside him while looking for Naruto. He's confused now. Where would Naruto be if he's not at these places? Hiruzen then tries the academy, a place that should have nobody there at the moment, but he hears noises coming from it. He enters the academy and goes to where the noises are coming from. It sounds like a fight is going on, so he rushes to the spot. Hiruzen dashes quickly until he stops at the place where he's heading and sees two academy students going at it. One emits fireball jutsus while the other propels it. In his eyes, Hiruzen sees the Uchiha prodigy Sasuke and the anti-chakra demon Naruto fighting each other. It doesn't seem serious though, as they both don't look angry, but they also don't seem too friendly. Sasuke is quick and consistent with his jutsus, but Naruto is a tank and takes any of the jutsus head on whilst throwing it back at Sasuke. Hiruzen doesn't stop the fight when he views it, he just watches. He's too into it. It's a spectacle. The most gifted academy student versus the most unique and strangest one. He can't stop it. It's something that must be seen. It has to be. The fight continues on, and the two of them are too into the fight to even notice that they're even being watched by Hiruzen. Fireballs, kunais, clones, and any other moves come out in this fight, and it continues to go on. Eventually the fight just ends up going on with the two of them not getting anywhere, and they're both tired. They both fall to the ground and look at their spectator, Hiruzen. Hiruzen rushes over to them to pick them both up and decides to ask them what he's been thinking all this time. Why are the two of them even fighting? The first one to say something with their tired voice is Naruto, who tells the Hokage that they're just sparring, and because Naruto needs someone strong to train his anti-chakra against jutsus in a match. Of course no one else would accept him except his rival, who got pretty annoyed with Naruto bugging him all the time. Sasuke says he also wanted to check out what fighting someone with anti-chakra felt like. They both got what they wanted in the end, and all they need to do is lie down and rest, which they do as they both black out at the same time. Hiruzen chuckles to himself and gets them both up and takes them from the academy and places them in their homes. We cut to a day later where Naruto is pretty happy and pleased with himself. He was able to hold his ground against someone like Sasuke. He's also getting the hang of his strange ability where he completely nullifies any chakra attack, and it makes him think that it's a way cooler ability than any of the jutsus everyone else learns. Now while Naruto is walking around minding his own business out in the village, he hears a couple of footsteps behind him. He stops and checks to see who it is and sees a couple of older villager men. They talk amongst themselves once Naruto turns around, and all Naruto could hear is the words anti-chakra demon. Where'd they hear that? Naruto thinks to himself as he slowly starts to become angry. He shouts at them, telling them to go away, but that provokes them, as they're the parents of some academy kids and they've learned about Naruto's dangerous ability. They become more afraid of Naruto and try to take him out themselves. The men run at Naruto but are met with a strong hand filled with rage on their bodies. Then quickly all of their chakra is sucked out. Every single person who charged at Naruto gets their chakra sucked out from them and they all fall to the ground. Naruto looks down at them, puffing and puffing, but doesn't see them breathing. They're lifeless. There's no heartbeat in any of them. They're all dead. Naruto's eyes widen in shock. He did this. He killed them with just a touch of death. Naruto runs away at full speed from the horrid scene, scared and confused. He did this just with a touch. And that's what I'm gonna end off for today. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure to get this video to 100 likes for the next part. This seems like an interesting start, so if you can get this video to the goal, then this series might become something really good. But anyway, like always, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. It's been the Blue Fang. Peace.